Good morning and welcome to class 12 physics lecture number 2, current electricity and magnetic effect. Today's topic is Ampere's circuit law and its applications. Ampere's circuit law and its applications. Class 12 physics for ISC, CBSE and HSC students. The first topic is Ampere's law or Ampere's circuit law. It states the relationship between the current and the magnetic field created by it. Ampere's law or Ampere's circuit law. There are two Ampere's law. One is the Ampere's circuit law and another is Ampere's force law. When Ampere's law is asked, we have to remember Ampere's circuit law first. Another law is Ampere's force law that we see soon. The first Ampere's law is Ampere's circuit law, and it gives the relationship between the current and the magnetic field created by it. ഒരു കണ്ടക്ടറിലൂടെ കറണ്ട് പോയാൽ എത്ര മാഗ്നറ്റിക് ഫീൽഡ് ഉണ്ടാകും എന്ന് തരുന്ന ഒരു ലോയാണ് ആംപിയർ സർക്യൂട്ട് ലോ. ഇറ്റ് ഗീവ്സ് എ റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ കറണ്ട് ആൻഡ് ദി മാഗ്നറ്റിക് ഫ്ലക്സ് ഡെൻസിറ്റി ക്രിയേറ്റഡ് ബൈ ഇറ്റ്. Here is a statement. Ampere circuit law states that when we state Ampere circuit law, there comes a term called line integral of magnetic field. Line integral means if there is a line of like the dl in a magnetic field where B is the flux density, we take a B dot dl or integrate it for the entire length, entire line, we get line integral. That we represent as integral B dot dl. That integral B dot dl is called line integral, and that is coming here. So that is why we have written in the brackets line integral of magnetic field, which is given by Ampere's circuit theorem. Ampere's circuit theorem states that the line integral of the magnetic field around any closed path is equal to mu 0 times the charge enclosed by the surface. This is somewhat similar to the Gauss theorem in electrostatics, where we say the surface integral is 1 by epsilon 0 q, like that. Ampere's circuit theorem states that the line integral of the magnetic field around any closed path is equal to mu 0 times the current enclosed by the surface, enclosed by the path. In the figure, a path is shown. The field is B. We take a small length dl of the path. We multiply B dot dl dot product or integrate for the complete length. Then we get a line integral B dot dl, and that is equal to mu 0 I. That we are going to see. You see the explanation. Consider an element dl. You see the figure. This is dl at one end, and the field is given, the angle is given between tangent and the field direction. Consider element of like the dl of the path. Let B be the magnetic intensity whose direction is at an angle theta with the direction of the element. The line integral of for the element is B cos theta dl. That is B dot dl. You know, A dot B is A B cos theta. So here B cos theta dl can be written as B dot dl. In vector form, line integral for the element is B dot dl. B and dl are vectors, which is the dot product of B and dl vectors. The line integral for the closed path is equal to line integral B dot dl. That is integral over L. When you put integral sign, you have to write L just below it. Line integral B dot dl, which is equal to mu 0 I. That is the theorem. Where I is the current, I is the strength of current enclosed by the path. Therefore, line integral B dot dl is mu 0 I. The ambient circuital theorem is line integral B dot dl is equal to mu 0 I. Integral over L B dot dl is mu 0 I. This is the ambient circuital theorem. And it has some applications. The first application is magnetic field due to a long straight conductor carrying current. And for that you use a conductor. Consider a long straight conductor carrying a current of strength I. The magnetic field lines in a plane perpendicular to the conductor are concentric circles. Consider one circular field. You see the figure. There is a conductor. A circular path is given. At a distance r, a point P is indicated. We have to find the line integral and thereby we can determine B. The theorem is, ambient circuital theorem is, integral B dot dl is mu 0 I. Since here the angle cos theta cos 0 1, we can write B integral dl is equal to mu 0 I. You see the figure. A conductor carrying a current I is given. A circular path is drawn through the point P where R is radius. We have to find B at the point P, and for that we calculate the line integral for the closed path. ഒരു കണ്ടക്ടർ കരുതുക, അതിനകത്ത് കൂടി കറണ്ടായി പോകുന്നുണ്ട്. അതിന് ചുറ്റുമാണ് ക്ലോസ്ഡ് പാത്ത് എടുക്കുന്നത്, പിയിൽ കൂടി. ആ ക്ലോസ്ഡ് പാത്തിനകത്തുള്ള മൊത്തം കറണ്ടായി വരും. ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ പിയിലെ ഫീൽഡ് കാണാൻ നമ്മൾ ആംബിയന്റ് സർക്യൂട്ടൽ തിയറി അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യണം. ഇപ്പോൾ അവിടെ ബി മാർക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, പി കാണിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, ആ റേഡിയസാണ്. അപ്പോൾ പിയിൽ ഒരു എലമെൻ്റ് എടുത്താൽ ഡി എൽ എടുത്താൽ ബി ഡോട്ട് ഡി എൽ കണ്ടിട്ട് ഇൻറ്റിഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക ആ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് പാത്തിന്. അതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ലൈൻ ഇൻറ്റഗ്രൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. സോ ബി ഇൻറ്റു ലൈൻ ഇൻറ്റഗ്രൽ ഡി എൽ ഈക്വൽ mu 0 I. ആ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് സർക്കുലർ പാത്തിന് മൊത്തം ചുറ്റുള്ളത് 2πr ആണ്. ഇൻറ്റഗ്രൽ ഡി എൽ ഈസ് 2πr ഫോർ എ സർക്കിൾ. വി ഹാവ് ഇമാജിൻ a circular path and total length of path is 2πr, that is integral dl is 2πr. We put a 2πr in the place of integral dl, that is b to 2πr is mu 0 I, that is b is equal to mu 0 I by 2πr. That is, if the flux density produced by a straight conductor carrying current is equal to mu 0 I by 2πr. The flux density at a point at a distance r from a straight conductor carrying current is mu 0 I by 2πr. And this expression we have calculated by applying ambient circuital law, that is line integral b dot dl is mu 0 I. The field for a circular straight conductor is B is mu 0 I by 2πr. Next is another application, application number 2, magnetic field of a toroidal solenoid. Solenoid, you know, it is a long circular coil, and when it is wound as a circle like this, it is called toroid. Magnetic field due to a toroid. A toroid is shown in the figure. A current is passed, I current is passed through the toroidal turns. A circular solenoid is called a toroid. Toroid means a coil of wire. It may be straight or circular. Where it is circular, it is called toroid. ഒരു സ്പ്രിങ് ആകൃതിയിൽ നമ്മൾ കോയിൽ ചുറ്റിയെടുത്താൽ, ഒരു സ്പ്രിങ്ങിൻ്റെ മോഡലിൽ, ഒരു സ്പൈറൽ സ്പ്രിങ് മോഡലിൽ കോയിൽ നമ്മൾ വൈറ്റ് എടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ ടൊറോയിഡ് എന്ന് പറയും. നേരെ ഇരുന്നാൽ അത് സ്ട്രെയിറ്റ് സോളിനോയിഡ്. ഇങ്ങനെ സർക്കുലറായിട്ട് ചുറ്റി വെച്ചാൽ, ഈ കാണുന്ന പോലെ സർക്കുലറായി ചുറ്റി വെച്ചാൽ അതിനെ ടൊറോയിഡ് എന്ന് പറയും. എ ടൊറോയിഡൽ സോളിനോയിഡ് ക്യാൻ ബി കൺസിഡർഡ് ആസ് എ സ്ട്രെയിറ്റ് സോളിനോയിഡ് bend BNT, bend in the form of a circle so that its ends join together. Let A be the mean radius of the toroid. A is marked in the figure. A പടത്തിലുണ്ട്. And n the number of turns per unit length. That is an important term. N is not the total number of turns, but it is the number of turns per meter. Turns per unit length. That you specially note. Let I be the current flowing through the coil. We choose a path by the dotted line. Inside the toroid, a dotted line is given, over which we can see by symmetry the magnetic field B is uniform and tangential to the path. ടൊറോയിഡിനുള്ളിൽ കൂടി നമ്മൾ സർക്കുലർ പാത്ത് വിചാരിക്കണം. ഇത് സർക്കുലർ ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ഫീൽഡ് എല്ലാ പോയിന്റിലും സെയിം ആയിരിക്കും. The length of solenoid, A is radius, it is 2 pi A. Total current threading the path. മൊത്തം പോകുന്ന കറണ്ട് എത്രയാണ്? നമുക്കറിയാം, ഒരു ടേണിനകത്തായി കറണ്ട് ഉണ്ട്. എൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് ടേൺസ് പെർ മീറ്റർ ആണ്, യൂണിറ്റ് ലെങ്ത് ആണ്. മൊത്തം ചുറ്റളവ് 2 pi A ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു ടേണിൽ കറണ്ടായി, എൻ ടേൺസിൽ കറണ്ട് എന്നായി. എൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ യൂണിറ്റ് ലെങ്തിലെ ടേൺസ് ആണ്. മൊത്തം നീളം 2 pi A. അപ്പോൾ ആകെ കറണ്ട് 2 pi A ni. ദാറ്റ് കാൽക്കുലേഷൻ ഈസ് സ്പെഷ്യലി നോട്ട്. Total current threading the path 2 pi A into ni. I is the current in a single turn. N is the number of turns per unit length meter. 2 pi A is the total length. So total turns equal to 2 pi A n. So into current. That is the total current. Current in a single turn. So the total current through the entire turns is 2 pi A n I. Since each turn carries the current in the same direction. By Ampere's circuital theorem, the line integral of the circular path, integral B dot dl, is mu 0 2 pi A n I B into 2 B into 2 pi A. Line integral B dot dl is B into 2 pi A. Integral dl is 2 pi A here. That is equal to mu 0 I. The current is 2 pi A ni. Therefore, mu 0 I is mu 0 into 2 pi A ni. Or in this case, we can write the theorem as B into 2 pi A is equal to mu 0 into 2 pi A ni. 2 pi cancel and A cancels. Therefore, B is equal to mu 0 ni. The flux density due to a toroidal coil is given by B is equal to mu 0 ni, where n is the number of turns per unit length, number of turns per meter, and I is the current through one turn of the coil. I is the current through the coil. B is mu 0 ni, and this is the application. Now we have to see the case of straight solenoid. Straight solenoid. Solenoid is straight. Imagine the radius of the toroidal solenoid become bigger and bigger. A small portion of it will appear straight. The figure is shown. And the magnetic field inside is the same as given by the equation. Therefore, the magnetic field inside the toroid is B is mu 0 ni. And here, N stands for total turns. N is the total number of turns. In the previous case, N is number of turns per meter. And here, we take a mu N is total turns on the portion or the straight solenoid. At near the ends, it has only half value as that at the middle. B is mu 0 ni is the field well inside a straight solenoid, and at the ends, the field is half of this. So, at the end of a long straight solenoid, field is B is mu 0 ni by 2. So, two cases here. Field flux density well inside the solenoid, at a point well inside the solenoid. B is mu 0 Ni, and at one end it is B is equal to mu 0 Ni by 2. With this, our lecture on Ampere's circuitry law and its applications is over. Now we start another topic, the force on a conductor. Thank you very much.